Hey there! Ever thought about generating your own electricity? Well, today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're building a simple DIY solar system completely from scratch. I'm going to show you everything you need to know to get your small devices powered up, and seriously, no experience is required. Let's jump in.
This isn't just a technical project. It's really about empowerment. It's about taking the ability to literally create electricity and putting it right into your own hands for whatever you need. And trust me, it is way easier than you probably think.
So, here's our game plan for today. We'll start by meeting the core components, then I'll walk you through connecting everything, step by step, and we'll finish up with a few pro tips to get you powered on and running safely.
So what are we actually building? Think of it as a simple, totally customizable solar setup that is perfect for beginners. It's designed to power small electronics, and the cool part is, once you master this, you can easily scale it up for bigger projects down the road.
Every great project starts with the right team, right? Well, in our case, it's a team of 4 key pieces of hardware and just a handful of basic tools you probably already have. So, let's get them introduced.
This right here, this is the heart of any small-scale solar system. You've got the solar panel, the charge controller, the battery, and the inverter. Each one of these has a really critical job to do. First up is the solar panel. You can think of this guy as the hunter-gatherer of the group. Its only job is to soak up all that sunlight, turn it into electrical energy, and send it on down the line. Next is the charge controller, and this thing is the brain of the whole operation. It takes all that raw, kind of fluctuating power coming from the panel, and it smooths it out, making sure our battery gets a nice steady charge without getting damaged. The battery, well, this is our energy reservoir. It's the real heart of the system. It safely stores all the power that the charge controller feeds it, keeping it on standby until we're ready to use it, whether it's day or night.
And finally, we have the inverter. Think of this as the system's translator. See, batteries store power as DC, or direct current. But all our devices at home, they use AC, alternating current, the same stuff that comes out of a wall socket. The inverter's whole job is to make that switch happen.
And maybe the best part of all this? You do not need some fancy high-tech workshop. A couple of screwdrivers, a wrench, and a pair of pliers. That is literally all you need to put this whole system together.
All right, let's get our hands dirty. It's time to start building. And our very first connection is also the most important one. Linking the brain, our charge controller, to the heart, the battery.
Okay, I really want you to pause and listen here, because this is the single most important safety rule in this entire process. You have to connect the controller to the battery first. Why? Well, the controller needs to see the battery's voltage to know how to act. If it gets power from the solar panel first, it gets confused and can be permanently damaged. The process itself is super straightforward. First, find the battery terminals on your controller. They'll be labeled. Go ahead and insert the positive cable into BAT+, and the negative into BAT-, and then tighten those screws down nice and firm. Finally, connect the other ends to the correct battery posts. We'll just make them finger tight for now since we have to come back here later.
And boom! The second you connect that battery, the controller's screen is going to light up. That's your first taste of success. Now you just have to pop into the settings and tell it what kind of battery you have, like lithium, and its voltage. For this build, we're using a standard 12-volt battery.
Okay, our system's brain is officially online, so now it's time to give it a job to do. Let's get that solar panel connected so we can start capturing some actual power from the sun.
Now, here's another really important safety tip. Make sure you either cover your panel or just keep it out of the sun while you're wiring it up. That makes sure there's no live current. Then, just like before, connect your extension cables to the panel, run them to the controller, and match the negative cable to PV- and the positive to PV+. Tighten them both down.
All right, this is the moment of truth. Take your panel and go place it in the sun. Now look back at your charge controller screen, and you should see a little icon or a reading that shows power is flowing in from the panel. The battery is officially charging. It's working! So we're capturing and storing energy, which is great, but we can't actually use it yet. The final construction step is to integrate the inverter. This is the piece that's going to unlock all that stored power and make it ready for our everyday gadgets. Okay, safety first, always. Before we add a new component, we have to power the whole system down. And you do this in the exact reverse order of how we put it together. So first, disconnect the solar panel from the controller. And then you can disconnect the controller from the battery. The system is now safely offline.
Now, a quick heads up just so you don't get surprised. When you connect the inverter's positive cable to the battery, you are probably going to see a small spark.
Don't panic. This is totally normal. It's just the capacitors inside the inverter charging up for the very first time.
For the final hookup, we're going to stack the connection lugs from both the charge controller and the inverter right onto the same battery posts. And it is highly recommended that you add a fuse to the inverter's positive cable. This just acts like a little circuit breaker, protecting all your gear from any unexpected power surges.
And here is a little pro tip for you. It's a tiny detail, but it makes a huge difference. Make sure the metal lugs from your cables are making direct flush contact with the battery posts. The washers, they go on top of the lugs, not between them. This guarantees you get a solid, safe, and really efficient connection.
We've made it to the final stage. The system is fully assembled. It is time for the final power-up, and for me to share the single most important rule for keeping your new power source healthy for years and years to come.
Remember this number, 20%. This is the golden rule of battery health. If you completely drain a battery, it really stresses its internal chemistry and can seriously shorten its lifespan. So, to avoid causing permanent damage, try to never let its capacity drop below 20% while you're using it.
Now for the best part. Go ahead and reconnect your solar panel, and then flip the power switch on your inverter. A good inverter produces what's called a pure sine wave. You can just think of it as a smooth, clean electrical current, exactly like what you get from a wall outlet. This clean power is perfectly safe for even sensitive electronics like laptops. You did it!
So there you have it, a working, off-grid power source that you built with your own two hands. It can charge your phone, it can run a laptop, power some lights, so much more. The only question left is, what are you going to power first?